Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, it's the Black Armory. Let's get to it. So the Black Armory has been released, and what does that mean? That means you're going to have a new milestone, and you're going to want to go see Spider in the Tangled Shore. So go to the Tangled Shore, go see Spider, and he says he has some friends, quote-unquote friends, that need your help. And these friends, of course, are the Black Armory group. In order to gain access to talk to this group, you will need a special card or badge. Once you have the badge, you're going to go back to the tower where the Black Armory has been all along, right under your nose. So load up the tower and run over to the section towards Banshee and Hawthorne in that wing of the tower, and that is where the Black Armory is. You can put a waypoint on it, and that'll make it a little bit easier. But just make your way down there, and once you get over there, you'll notice that there is a new area to access that was previously walled off. So then you'll want to go down the stairs into that cellar area until you get to what looks to be a brick wall. You flash your badge at the brick wall, and then you'll have access into the area that is the Black Armory. You'll be treated to a cutscene, and Ada is the new vendor du jour for the Black Armory. She's reluctant to even talk to you because you are a guardian, and the founders of the Black Armory were slighted somehow by the Guardians. So of course there is mistrust between the Black Armory and the Guardians. The Guardians obviously are most likely not aware of what transpired. Perhaps we will get some idea as we move along in Season 5, Season of the Forge. There's lots of frames to look at in the Black Armory. Ada will give you a little bit, like I said, of a backstory between the Black Armory and the Guardians, but they're kind of strapped for help, and the Guardians are there for the help, and the Black Armory is there for the weapons. So just like Spider, you can come to some sort of an agreement. You help the Black Armory helps the Guardians.
I see. Well then, what we offer, Guardian, is privilege, normally afforded to those who do not already have their own. Today, however, it would seem our doors are open to you. Welcome to the Black Armory.
Now once Ada's done talking, you can go and talk to her, and she will give you a frame. Now this is a machine gun frame for a spec of weapon from the Black Armory. So it is a special machine gun, and in order to get the frame built, you will have to get to the forge. Well, getting to the forge is half the battle. So talking to Ada, and then you're going to have to start doing the work to earn your way to getting that machine gun. Now you will notice after you pick up your frame from Ada that she has several bounties. And a lot of these require that you have access to the forge. So once you have access to the forge, then you can start getting bounties from Ada. She has both daily and weekly bounties, 2 different weapon frames. She has frames both a machine gun and an auto rifle. And hopefully the line of steps that you have to do in order to get the auto rifle won't be as convoluted, long, and drawn out as the machine gun. Hopefully once you get the forge up and running, then you can just do that. But time will tell, and we'll find out very shortly. So you have all kinds of different bounties, all things that you're probably going to be doing anyway, some of them more so than others. So in addition to these bounties and the frames, you are also going to have access to 2 more things: mod components and Black Armory mod components. So much like Banshee requires 10 mod components for a armor or weapon mod, the Black Armory mod requires 10 mods in order to get 1. So the Black Armory mods are going to be more akin to what Banshee used to give previously, where you could buy blue mods, and then once you get 3 blue mods, you can turn it into a purple. Whether you can turn them into a purple or not, time will tell. But you will have access to special Black Armory mods. So once you get that frame from Ada, there's 2 things that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to go to the outskirts and kill Fallen. You'll need to kill 25 Fallen to get these compound ether parts for the frame. And additionally, you'll want to get and take out the Forge Saboteur. The Saboteur only shows up about once every 10 minutes. So make sure that you are keeping an eye if you are going for Fallen kills on this area over by the bridge, so that you can do some damage on that servitor, so you'll have access to the loot afterwards. And of course, taking out the servitor, you have a chance at a drop, legendary, and exotic. It is a very small chance, so don't expect too much. But once you take them out, you go to one of these loot crates, open it up, and you get that weapon core. So once you have the weapon core, and once you have the 25 parts from all of the Fallen, then you're ready for the next step. Now you're ready for the forge, right? Well, no, you're not ready for the forge. After you get all that done, you find out that you need Hive Kills and Hive multi-kills using a power weapon. So I do recommend using the Thunderlord. I think it's a little bit easier to get multi-kills with that. But you can use whatever you're most comfortable with, and if you don't have it, obviously you can't use it. If you don't have it, you could use a sword or you could use a rocket launcher. It may take you a little bit longer. Now, for these Hive Kills, I'm going to tell you to go to Titan. If there is a public event going on, you can get your kills there. If not, don't worry, you're still okay. There are several Hive lost sectors in the area. So you can go to any of these lost sectors that have Hive in them and get your multi-kills. Here I'm going to Cargo Bay 3. This one I think is probably the best one because it is laid out in a manner where you can get multi-kills a little bit easier. So go in there, get your kills, get your multi-kills. More than likely you'll have your kills first before you have your multi-kills. But once you have that done, then you'll progress to the next step. Now you're ready for the forge, right? Well, no, you're not. Now you have to kill 25 powerful enemies with that power weapon. So you're going to have to look for and find yellow bar and orange bar enemies and take them out with your power weapon. So in order to conserve ammunition, you can work on them with your primary or energy weapon, and then switch to your power weapon. And you can just go through any lost sector and do that. Or you could go to Mars, you can do escalation protocol, and that will work fairly well. You could go to the Dreaming City and do the Blind Well, and you'll have a decent number of yellow bar enemies there. Now, what I'm going to recommend that you do is go to an area, any area, specifically the Dreaming City seems to work quite well, and look for enemies moving against each other. If you're there at the beginning, you'll get a message on the bottom left that says enemy forces are moving against each other, and that is your clue to get into the fight. Now, it does happen in all three sections, both the Mist, the Strand, and Rhea Silvia. The Mist is the most well-known one because it is right next to the entrance to the Blind Well. So most of the people know about this area and this section where the enemies move against each other. Now you'll know that they're moving against each other because they will continue to spawn even with guardians in the area. So if it has already started, then you'll know it has been started by spawns of Taken in the area when there are guardians already there. Now at first they're only going to be red bar enemies, so make sure that you conserve your heavy ammo until you see the first orange bar. Once you see the orange bar, then pull out your heavy weapon and start mowing them down. It will take you a little while, but you should be able to get all 25 kills if you're there for the entire time that enemy forces are moving against each other. Now eventually those orange bars are going to turn into yellow bars and they will be more difficult to kill. Once you get to your 25 kills, then you're going to need Radiant Seeds. Also, powerful enemies. Thankfully, you don't need heavy ammo for it. You can use any weapon. And you don't even have to do the final blow on them as long as you're in the vicinity when they go down. And each one will drop anywhere between 1 and 12. You only need 20, so once you get your 20, then you're done. So if you're lucky, you'll be able to get your 25 powerful kills with power weapons and then your 20 Radiant Seeds. Once you get your 20 Radiant Seeds, they turn into a blue Radiant Seed, or Radiant Matrix, I should say. And you're ready to go back and talk to Ada. So then you say, well, what's the next step? Well, now you're ready for the Forge. Finally, the part that everyone's been waiting for, the Black Armory, the new activity, the Forge, and this is the Volundr Forge. So each forge is in a separate physical area, and the enemies will change with each forge. That's the good news. Now, the bad news. The Volundr Forge has a recommended power level of 615. So once you get to this step, you can go and check it out. There is a tunnel that may or may not have been there before. Maybe you didn't notice it. Maybe it was there. But the forge obviously was not there before. So go through the tunnel. There, you'll come across some enemies. You can fight them or you can just go past them. Make sure that you do have ammunition before you go into the forge, because the forge does not provide a full complement of ammunition. So go in there, start it up, and you can take up to 3 members with you. If you're by yourself, the game will automatically matchmake you with 2 other Guardians. If you are already in a team of 2 or 3, they will find the 3rd person, or you'll go right into the match. So like I said, the first round of 3, recommended power level of 615. So even if you were maxed out before the Black Armory came out, you are now under leveled to do this new activity, which is a shame, but it is something that is temporary. Eventually everyone will be able to get up to 615 and up to 650, and that will make this a lot easier. Now at 600, you can still finish this, but you will need to be in top form. The first round is difficult, the second round will be even more so, and the second round, of course, the recommended power goes up from 615 to 625. Third round is the boss phase, of course, and the power requirement goes up as well from 625 to 635. So in order to have a chance at all, you're going to want to be 615. I think if you're at 610, you could probably do it. Like I said, if you're in top form with all 3 fire team members, I think you could probably do it at 600, 601. But it will be exceedingly difficult. Now, unlike the Blind Well and Escalation Protocol, you cannot get more than 3 people in the Forge. You get 3 people, and that is it. So it will be more difficult. Period. And of course, it'll be more difficult because you have that power requirement, which is above the maximum power requirement in Forsaken. So the best thing I could tell you to do is to go and do your daily and weekly bounties and get those powerful engrams. Each powerful engram will drop at least at your level and should go at least 1 level above. Now if you are below or at 550, all the prime engrams are going to boost you up even more than normal. So if you have been slacking off and you did not get maximum power when the Forsaken played out, you'll still be able to catch up, so to speak, with everyone else that is already 600. But it will just take time. So enjoy the new content. Work on getting your power level up even more. Like I said, I would recommend getting up to 615 and then coming back here and doing this. Getting to round 2 and round 3, just getting to the round, you're not really going to get a lot in terms of rewards. You may get a exotic while you're playing. You may get a prime engram while you're playing. But you can also do that while you're doing your weekly and daily powerful engram bounties. So get those powerful engrams, get those prime engrams, get more powerful. Once you get up to 610, 615, come back to the Forge and get that machine gun. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to ring the bell before you leave to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.